Welcome to the Looking for Trouble podcast. Warning, this podcast contains strong language and is intended for adult audience. Enjoy.
And you found it, motherfucker. Welcome to the Looking for Trouble podcast. It's your boy DT Smooth.
And I am D in Prime in my new sexy radio voice. I've been practicing this shit ever since I heard myself come in with that high-pitched, squeaky voice from the last episode. It's like, no, it's not going to happen again. That's probably why I didn't get any DMs. It's that high-pitched, squeaky voice. You know,
so,
masculine.
To confirm, last week you did not get any white trailer park bitches.
No white trailer park bitches came into my DMs. But look, they knew not to. I warned them for their self-esteem. Mm-hmm. Stay out my DMs because you know what you are. Mm-hmm. You know.
Your wife, nigga. That's what. That's
not
exactly
my
what they
wife.
are. Exactly.
You know my type. That's not it.
White bitches is the only thing
I like white
that
bitches.
you like.
That's
Trailer park bitches.
Trailer park bitches are the issue. Actually, I could probably deal with the trailer park bitch. I think you had me with a fat white trailer park bitch. That was the issue.
It was a combination of it all. It's just like 1 + 1 is 2, but like 2 + 3 is 5. Hold up, whoa! Like it's too much. It's too much. I get you.
It is too much.
I get you, dog. All
right, but what are we going over this week?
All right. Well, first of all, we're gonna do a little moment of silence for those lost in the school shooting recently in Florida. All right, and back to that. So, what were your thoughts on that? The whole pretty much how that's like normal. I won't say normal, but like how it seems like every single year now it's like, okay, we're just gonna have a new one.
Is that it? I don't understand why it's taken us so long to implement gun policies, and even in schools where
explain gun policies.
Okay, like gun control, like certain schools in the hood, you go to, they have metal detectors. Mm-hmm. We need to have that in every high school, every middle school. Hopefully, not elementary schools, because I would hope that elementary school.
I mean, Sandy Hook, dog.
But that was an outside thing, right?
Yeah, but I mean, still,
I'm trying to remember. Did they let him in, right? Because he didn't actually go to that school. Right?
I'm forgetting entirely.
The details are vague.
I'm forgetting the whole Sandy Hook situation, but I remember that was like an elementary school.
But we'll do elementary schools too.
Yeah, definitely.
We need to pass some sort of law where we can, as soon as if this is going to continue to happen, I need to know that there are safety precautions in place. And the easiest way is to have metal detectors in front of every door in the school.
At least. For the school's sake.
It seems extreme, but how are we going to stop this? that's the only solution I could. And it won't. People can still shoot. He could shoot up a bus stop. He could shoot up kids outside the school. Mm-hmm. But at least it's something. It feels like we're continuously seeing this happen, and nothing's being done to stop it.
Protect the institution is what you're saying.
Yes.
I get you.
You need security at every middle school. We need security at every high school. I saw on Instagram about one of the football coaches who took bullets for the students. That is absolutely incredible. We need more people that working in our school
He is a
system.
hero. I don't even want to say the killer's name because I don't want to give him any clout or any sort of name recognition. Fuck him. He's a piece of shit. He doesn't even I don't give a listen. On that mental illness shit, I can't even say if it's mental illness or not. If it is, it's still fucked up. If it isn't, then fuck you even more. But I feel like this is one of them situations like the Batman killer back in 2012. Where old dude just came in, just shot up the whole shit, and then he had other shit. Apparently the police was supposed to go to his apartment, and when they went in, his door was supposed to trigger it, and then even more people were supposed to be killed, but luckily it didn't go down like that. Luckily, but just that sick psychotic shit that only the twisted can think of. What makes you think, okay, you know what? Fuck this school. I'm literally just gonna be a school shooter. Dog, and. Two things also. I feel like as a society, and I'm not gonna lie, I've been a part of this too. But back in
not be no crazy shit.
No, it's not no crazy shit. But we always go you a school shooter type of person or whatever.
Yeah, I know him.
Yeah,
because we had a little kid at my high school, Sammy. They used to pick on Scotty. Maybe I forget his name now, but they used to pick on him all the time. I remember. Some kids were bullying him, and they had him pressed up against the locker.
For real?
And the teachers come, so they saw what was going on. They tried to stop it. So the kids told the teachers he said he was going to bring a bomb to school. And so then the teachers called the police and had them go investigate his house when he didn't do anything. The police found no bombs, anything like that.
Oh,
but
wow. So that was literally just like a big ass ruse.
Niggas being fucking assholes. And I'm like, okay, if Scotty comes and shoots all y'all niggas, it's
really your fault. I get
I mean, I'm not even. Still, bullying doesn't make it doesn't.
It doesn't excuse it, but still, I get what you're saying.
I was just saying, Scotty would be the one. There's always that one
Ethics,
kid at school.
yeah,
He was short. He used to run. The kids that run to class. There's always that one kid that runs to every class. That was Scotty or Sammy, whatever his name is. I graduated 3 years ago. I don't give a fuck. He ain't shoot up the school. I hope he's living a great life. Hope he's more successful than all them niggas too.
I hope so too. Sammy, Scotty, whatever your name, still that. I feel like, how should I say this? We should not, because words don't hurt me necessarily.
Me either.
But
ass niggas, I'm just saying.
No, they don't. But I feel like as a society we become a lot more sensitive to words like that, and then because of things like, oh, okay, well, if they're calling me a school shooter, then I guess that's what I'm gonna be. And then they act on it. So I feel like as a society, even though me and you may not be the most sensitive people, we have to kind of, I guess, change our language to have to abide by the simple the sensitive people, so that way they can be okay. Look. Because I know I got a quick tongue. Mm-hmm. I can say some shit and it'll be oh, I didn't even mean to say it like that. I could have thought about it, said it differently. But because I said it in a quick ass way, it's kind of might be too blunt for you, might be too aggressive. You're going to take that the wrong way. And then I'm going to try to explain myself. You ain't even going to believe it. And then you're going to do something that you don't want to do. So because of that, we have to change our language, be able to do better in that department. Second thing I wanted to talk about, do you think this is a gun control thing or a mental illness thing? Because I feel like that's one of the big things that people are talking about. It's both?
Personally, I feel like schools in general do cause a certain amount of mental illness. And let me explain. Well, with a personal story, I battled with depression briefly during my around 6th grade was when it started. And essentially, it was just the pressure was too high. And when I found that I couldn't meet the expectations, because I went to a special school up in Alpharetta with classes with my charter, I was moved from on level to talented and gifted. And I was generally at least an A/B student. So when I was getting my first C's, when I was starting to struggle with school, and my mom continued to put the pressure on me, that caused depression for me. So I feel like I've noticed a lot with younger people that a lot of people are depressed in some way or the other, and one common thing we all have in common. One thing we all have in common. English is hard. Is school. So I do feel like school can contribute. So we need to address mental illness. But I also, I was never the type to go shoot up a school.
Yeah.
But when I was going through my stuff, and depression doesn't require you to do. This is a whole different level of shit. But when I was going through my stuff, I never had access to a gun. I only found out recently, in my 20s, that my dad had a gun under the bed, but it was in this lock box, like a suitcase, but with a lock on it. So I tried to get into that thing multiple times. Pretty much, they took my Nintendo DS, right? This is back then, So I'm
I was always a PSP kid. But go ahead.
Nah, I had the DSi, man. That used to be. That was lit.
I bet.
They took my Nintendo DS, so I'm searching through my parents' room trying to find it, and I see this briefcase, under their bed. I'm trying to get in there, and it's not until I believe my 20th birthday when I told my dad I wanted to go to the shooting range, and he's like, okay, and he comes out with this suitcase that used to be under the bed when I was a kid.
Oh my God, my DS! It's wait, whoa,
oh,
Daddy,
so
when you get a Glock? When you get a Glock, Dad?
Because my mom told me I have a pistol in the bedroom. I was like, I have searched your bedroom, I have not found this. So first off, it's a parent issue. You should not have a gun accessible to children. Anyone?
Well, because the thing in Florida, the kid literally went and bought a rifle, legally bought an AR-15.
How old was the kid?
He was he had already graduated, so I'm assuming around 19 or something like that.
Okay.
So still.
See, that becomes a mental health issue when it
for me,
gets there.
For me, that's a gun issue because I'm not gonna call it. I'm not saying we should destroy the Second Amendment, burn it all the way to the ground, because that's some stupid shit.
Yeah.
If you do that, you are fucked.
Now,
if we do that,
to shoot back at the nigga.
see, look at you. If we do that as a country, we are absolutely fucked. If we take away the Second Amendment, that literally gives the government free reign to literally run up in your house, do whatever the fuck they want, and you can't do shit other than your fisticuffs. And they gonna be strapped. You know that much.
Exactly.
So, like, if you ain't got a gun to
how
fight
that
back,
shit goes.
what the fuck you gonna do? So we need the Second Amendment. But what we can do, we can at least, like, bump up the age. So, like, okay, listen, you can't be 18. Like, you can't be, you have to be at least 21, 22 or older.
I agree with 21.
Because if you can't drink, you can't buy a gun. Like, if you can't drink at 18 legally, you can't buy a gun legally
you need
at 18.
a gun permit, correct? So we need to have some sort of mental health screening when you get your gun
background checks. Like,
Yes.
we need a lot tougher background checks. We need to, like, bump up the age limit, and we just need to just. I'm not saying get rid of, once again. Not saying get rid of the Second Amendment, but just, like, tighten up, like, the law. 'Cause, like, it's been like this for too long.
What do you, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
What do you think about the idea that instead of allowing people to have automatic rifles and things, we would only be restricted to handguns?
I mean, I feel like that's not really going like it will do something, like, especially is like a situation like this where it's like a school shooting or like just a shooting in general. Like, it would definitely change, like, the amount of bodies, but still, like, it's not going to do as much, I guess, as people think it is.
But
like,
it's still, like, if we save, because let's say you have a handgun, maybe he killed 6 people instead of 17. Mm-hmm. That's 11 people still alive, you know?
Yeah.
But my only thing with that is how do you regulate that? Like, do you go and get
and that
everybody
too.
with a assault rifle and take
like,
it back?
I mean, I don't want to do that. Like, I feel like assault rifles and all that. Once again, I feel like it's not necessarily the gun, because it's more so the fact that he's 18, whatever age he is, and he's able to get that legally, and the fact that he's able to just, like, okay, so I have this and I can do, like, whatever the fuck I want with it. Like, he doesn't really have any regulations. Like, I'm sure, because they was talking about how, like, his mom had died and he was, like, living house to house, and he had been, like, in fights in school, and, like, he's just buying a gun. And, like, we need to have some sort of, like, situation, like, analysis or, like, background checks or whatever the fuck, so that way we can know, okay, we can give this gun, like, this person this gun, and we can know, unless, like, some shit happens, that they're going to be okay with it. And, like, we're not going to have a situation. But because of fucking the way the shit is right now, it's not like that's fucked.
Bro, one thing I'm sure I'm glad about, thank God I'm in college now. Yo, please don't start this shit in college. Please do not start this shit in college. I feel perfectly safe here. So, at least that shit's in college, it stays in high school. But anyway, this is a music-based show.
This is a music-based
And
show. I can't talk either.
We had my favorite project so far of 2018.
Really? Already?
Well, I mean, it's only been a month, you know.
I mean,
a month and a half.
It's not. I mean, I got a favorite, but it's not a hip hop favorite, I guess.
Oh no, that's cool. What's your favorite?
It's that new Rye album. I like RHY RHYE. No, I don't know how to say his name at all, but like RHYE. They just dropped the album. First of all, if you listen to it, it's gonna sound like a girl. Like, you're gonna think it's like some Sade type shit. It's like, it's got that kind of vibe. But then I just found out that it's a guy, so my mind was fucked. And but the name of the album is Blood. It's a great album.
But that's not what we're talking about today.
But that's not what we're talking about today. We're going to be talking about the King of
Panther.
Wakanda, the King of Wakanda, Killmonger, T'Challa.
Okay.
We are one.
I do have a question though.
What?
Like, how familiar are you with the Black Panther comic?
I'm pretty familiar. Like, I'll say this. I'm pretty familiar with the character. I just started getting into, like, an actual run by Christopher Priest. I read, like, issue 1, like, 2 days ago, but that was, like, I stopped because I had, like, some stuff I had to do in real life. So I'm just getting into it. But, like, the Black Panther character I'm pretty familiar with.
See, I was always confused as to what is Killmonger, because I thought T'Challa, right? Is that it? Because I haven't seen the movie yet. The movie comes out today. We were planning on seeing it. Yo, I'm wearing all black. Y'all can't see me. I was wearing all black to go see Black Panther. But we're not going today. I'll probably see it tomorrow. But the main character is T'Challa.
The main character is T'Challa. He is the King of Wakanda. Well, he was the prince, and then did you see Captain America: Civil War?
Yes.
In that movie, like his dad died,
Okay,
right?
yeah, you're right.
So he was the king. His dad's name is T'Chaka. T'Chaka died in Civil War, so now passes down to T'Challa, who is now the king of Wakanda. He has a sister named Shuri. She runs like the Wakandan.
Okay, I don't need to know about his family.
Okay, cool.
Kendrick says, "All hail King Killmonger." So where the fuck is Killmonger?
Killmonger. Okay, I don't really know that much about Killmonger, but from what I do know, he has like a warped sense on reality in Wakanda, and he's pretty much like trying to come for the throne. Like imagine Wakanda. Imagine like T'Challa's like Mufasa, and Killmonger's like a younger, like actually like can fight back Scar, pretty much. Like he has like his own warped sense of what Wakanda should be, and like if you look at it through his lens, you should be able to like see where he's coming from. But obviously, because he's a bad guy, he has like a fucked up sense of what he thinks reality is.
He's a hoe ass nigga.
But he's like a cool hoe ass nigga though.
That's interesting. I was listening to the interview with Chadwick Baldwin, I believe the guy
Chadwick Boseman,
the guy who plays Black Panther, and Charlamagne was talking about how he kind of could identify as a black man, identify with Killmonger's views. So I was like, is he a bad guy? Is he not a bad guy?
Oh no.
It's probably more two-sided.
Killmonger, yeah. If I'm knowing my history correctly, Killmonger definitely has like a sense where like, okay, I see where he's coming from. Like, but if he just did it a different way, he might be able to execute. But because he has like, he's a bad guy, so he has to have like a fucked up sense of like what's going on. Yeah. But still, back to this goddamn soundtrack, bro.
Bro, this soundtrack has like 2 skippables. That's it.
What were the skippables for you?
Okay, the skippables for me. Okay, I'll take that back. 3, I skip oops sometimes, but it's not awful. You know.
You mean ops?
Ops. My bad.
I'm not skipping ops, dog.
I'm definitely skipping. Now I will say I've never been a big Vince Staples fan, but he's not awful when he's on decent production, and this is decent production. So
it literally sounds like some Big Fish Theory shit, and I like Big Fish Theory. I know you don't. I like Big Fish Theory.
It didn't sound. The beats on this were nothing like what I heard.
No. Only like Ops itself sounded like a leftover off Big Fish Theory, like because like that kind of like not like mid tempo, but like that like that groovy kind of bass, and like the boom, like that bass was just in that bitch. It had like a tempo like on like some EDM dance floor or some shit, but like. It was like some superheroes like in the EDM dance flow and like beating niggas up at the same time. It was cool, but still, I fuck with that.
I skipped The Way.
I do too.
The Way is trash, and the last one I skip is Bloody Waters. And let me explain this.
Nigga,
you're looking at me crazy.
Nigga,
this nigga fucking
Absol.
James Blake.
No.
I'm not. I love the Absol's part. I love Aaron Anderson .Paak has the most swag out of any fucking singer ever. This nigga James Blake ruined this shit. He made this shit unlistenable. Because if I could just do Absol and Anderson .Paak and remove his part, then this album would legit have like one song I don't fuck with. This nigga James Blake ruined and his part on what's the other song he's on?
King's Dead.
Yeah, he fucked that shit up too. This nigga, and I only fuck with one James Blake song. I'm forgetting the name of it, but it's the one where he's like doing the humming. Do you know it? Like that shit. That shit's hard.
Retrograde.
Yeah.
James Blake.
That shit's hard. But this is my second experience with him, and it's not.
Listen. I am a dedicated James Blake fan, so hearing this shit hurts. But also, as a dedicated James Blake fan, I can't be mad at you because like his parts on here were kind of shit. But saying that, his albums are fire.
Okay.
If you actually listen to his albums, which I recommend y'all do, if y'all trying to just be on like some, okay, listen, I'm in my bed, I'm kind of chilling, I don't really know what the fuck to do, but I'm just gonna like chill the fuck out, I'm on a vibe, that's James Blake for you. His like production, his instrumentals, fire. His whole album's fire. But on this album, I wasn't fucking with it. Yeah. I'm not going front. But also, actually, no, you have heard of James Blake before. Do you remember? I don't even know if you're gonna remember this, but like on the Drake song, the catch up and the warm up, the 0 to 100 real quick.
Yeah.
And then like it does like the beat switch, and then like the last guy that's like singing at the end of it, like after Drake's done rapping.
That's him.
That's James Blake, and also he produced the beat switch too.
Oh, cool. Well, we're not giving him. All I'm saying, he fucked.
Give him credit, nigga. James Blake is nice, nigga. But still, back to this album though.
So this is Kendrick's fifth studio album?
It doesn't count. It's not a Kendrick album.
I'm low-key counting this in his discography.
No, you're not.
Kendrick definitely had a hand on every track.
He did, but I mean, it's not a Kendrick album.
Yeah.
It's not a Kendrick album.
I feel like it should be counting in his discography personally, but I will say that there were definitely tracks where he wasn't on there enough to really make it, as one of his albums.
What was your standout track on this?
Paramedics. That shit, when the beat drops and Kendrick goes, I'm gonna need a paramedic in the streets.
Northern California.
Yo, what I really want to shout out Kendrick for is putting me on to a bunch of Cali niggas that I had never heard of.
You never heard of SOB?
I had never heard of SOB and
RBE.
I never heard of Reason and Mozzie and Sajava. I'm not even sure if I'm saying that shit right, but their track was hard. I only heard of Zachariah on Love. I hadn't heard of the Babes. He got a lot of niggas with hard names to say. So if I fuck up your name, I'm sorry.
Well, to be fair, like some of these niggas aren't from Cali. Like I know what's his name? Saudi, I think, was actually like from Africa. Eugen, I'm not sure about Eugen Blackrock. Who else? Babes, Wodomo. I don't know. Mozzie, I've heard of Mozzie from an Ab-Soul track, I think. Shav and Reason, I have no idea, but like still, there's a lot of like African roots like in this album. Like if you're actually listening to it, like they're actually like speaking in that African language. So I'm sure it's not all like just from Cali. I think SOB and RBE are like the only people.
I actually went and listened to their project,
and it's hard.
It is hard.
It's hard.
Well, it's hard, but I couldn't find a standout track.
Yeah,
it was
understandable.
Kind of very similar from each, and they had some very interesting production. Like normally when I listen to an album where I don't have a standout track, it's like because every beat sounded the same.
But like, I get what you're saying because like it definitely like it was a good project for me, but also like it wasn't like there wasn't like a big like a big single to be like, oh, like this is the one like you put on radio. It seemed like all of them were just like good, like a collection of good songs, which still
dope by them. This is definitely in the first song I played on repeat all 2018. Easily.
Interesting.
What's your standout track on here?
That one.
That one?
Yeah. Like I'm not
okay,
going.
So we're just gonna go ahead and acknowledge this is the best track on there.
Yeah.
Them niggas killed it.
Best track on there. But second best.
Okay. I'm kind of tied between. Okay, I got like a 3-way tie.
Go ahead.
I got All the Stars by SZA. This is by SZA. I ain't giving this shit to Kendrick. This is by SZA. Tied with X. Tied with I Am by Georgia Smith.
I was going I Am by Georgia Smith is my second, and then All the Stars at 3. Actually, no, X at 3, and then All the Stars at 4.
Well, X is so hard because you don't even realize
2 Chainz is even on the beat, and then he just fucking comes out of nowhere.
And just like
2 Chainz hit you with that left. Dude, once again on this podcast, we are giving 2 Chainz all the credit because 2 Chainz is national. 2 Chainz is an ATL / national treasure.
He's the only one from ATL represented on this album,
and he should be protected at all costs. Okay, 2 Chainz, Titty Boy, hair weave killer. I don't give a fuck. Drip God. He is everything, and he is everything. And once again, he is everything. Protect 2 Chainz at all cost. Now, continuing on with this album. What did you think of Big Shot?
Big Shot
with Travis.
Travis Scott. See, this song helped me realize why I don't like Travis Scott. And it's just his ad-libs. Like because initially when I was listening to the album, I didn't even realize Travis had came on. I thought Kendrick was still rapping. I wasn't paying attention. And then I heard, it's lit. And I'm like, it's not. It's really not. And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, no. Stop. That's the reason.
Yo. Wow.
That is the reason I don't fuck with Travis Scott. Wow. Like his verse wasn't even bad. It was just like, I'm hearing the ad-libs. I'm just like, like, yo, I really feel like Kendrick, because he said only real nigga here, right? Mm-hmm. And then he switched it to only 2 real niggas here. But I really think he wanted to say only real nigga here. No, actually, I take that back because I don't have anything
Kendrick
with Travis
fucks,
personally.
Kendrick fucks with Travis like heavy.
I don't understand why.
Because Travis Scott is a wave. Travis Scott is like if Kid Cudi was trapped.
I feel like Drake needs to fuck with niggas on a wave. I don't feel like Kendrick needs to fuck. Even though he's been doing that more lately, but I don't feel like Kendrick needs to, you know?
I mean, Kendrick doesn't have to because he already has a whole fucking wave with TDE niggas. Like, he has Isaiah Rashad. He has Schoolboy Q. He has J-Rock.
None
He
of them
has...
are popping like...
Schoolboy popping.
SZA is the most popping one on TDE.
Right now. SZA's the most popping right now, but I mean, Schoolboy's been grabbing, like, I can't talk. Schoolboy's been nominated for, like, 2 Grammys, 3, like, I'm sure probably more on singles, but his last 2 albums have been nominated for Grammys. He has hit songs.
But if
like,
I
he's
were
popping.
to walk into our Greek Village area, you think I could? I'm guarantee you I could get some people who know some SZA songs.
Oh, no. Right now,
Ever.
no.
SZA is bigger
right
than
now,
Schoolboy Q has ever been.
in terms of like clout, right now, yeah,
Yes.
I'll give you that. Because like Black Girl Magic.
Was that a SZA project? Was that the
No,
one?
I'm just saying like just Black Girl Magic.
Like, is this
No,
a project?
that's not a project. I'm just saying.
I missed this.
like just Black Twitter just loves SZA.
Yeah, I mean, SZA's. Do you not like SZA?
No. I love SZA, but I mean like. I feel like Black Twitter like needed like a voice for like all them because like you know how on Twitter they be like, oh well, you know you be leaving or like yo nigga asked me like what he want from Chipotle and then I pull up as soon as you leave like shit like that, and then SZA was the voice for that.
Okay, I could see that.
So, I mean, and once again, no shade to SZA because I've been with SZA.
I'm trying to say SZA's amazing.
I've been with SZA since I heard See SZA Run in like what 2013,
Yeah.
2014.
You going back deep.
But like still, SZA has been hard. Like back in 2013, who I was listening to back then? Like I was listening to her, I was listening to Ed Sheeran, I was listening to Childish Gambino.
Are we gonna talk about them?
Oh, we're gonna talk about this right now.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's a segue?
Yeah,
hey.
that's a segue.
I wanted to kick this over. Okay, so this week, I was posting on Snapchat. If y'all don't follow me on Snapchat, well, don't, because I'm not going to add you back. My Snapchat is private. You can follow me on Instagram under the Napsman. It's the same thing, but I'm not going to add you on Snapchat. Anyway, but I posted on my story that Ed Sheeran was the most talented man alive. And I specifically told one person not to at me. Well, I told everybody, but then I singled him out. Don't try and dodge this. I singled out that don't at me on this shit because I knew who would do it. And this nigga had to come back.
The only reason I came back was because he spelled my name wrong.
Look, nigga, it's an A versus an O.
It's a difference. Hey,
You knew who I was talking to.
Government knows everything. Hey, by government names, that ain't me, nigga. by my government, that ain't me.
Did I say your name? What, did I say your name?
Yeah, you did. But we gonna add that. It's all right.
We gonna do some editing tonight, y'all.
We gonna do a lot of editing, nigga. Goddamn.
Yeah,
but still, bottom line is, I said Donald Glover is, aka Childish Gambino, and you know what? It's closer than I thought. Cause I'm not gonna cap. When I first sent that message, I had forgotten how good X was, or like Multiplier, or like whatever you call it. So,
nice. Go ahead. Give me your points first. Why do you think
here. I'm going to tell you why Glover's nicer, though.
Okay.
Because, like, look, I feel like we was already comparing, because I saw you before the show came on, and I had seen you, and I was asking, like, what you was doing, and you was listening to Because of the Internet, and you was like, oh, just revisiting this album, making sure how trash it was. And
okay,
I'm like,
I know, hold on.
No. And I know you ain't mean that in, like, an actual condescending way, but I knew you was joking, but still, I'm like, okay, you know what?
I do not think Because of the Internet is trash.
I know you don't. But still.
That shit.
Oh, no. for them, I get
for
you.
me.
Before they, like, what the fuck you mean? Bitch, shut up.
Your opinion on hip-hop is discredited.
Pretty much. But still, I had to go back and I'm like, okay, you know what? Let me make sure I'm saying, like, what I'm saying. You know what? Because of Internet and X, we pretty much have to take those out the equation because those are both, like, 10 out of 10 albums.
Okay, I could agree with that.
We can agree on that.
Yes.
Now, here's where we draw differences. I feel like Donald Glover can go and make a Because of the Internet, or go and make a like a fucking Camp, or like whatever album, whatever other album he's made. But then he can also go and make Awaken My Love. I haven't seen. I'm not saying he can't do it, but I haven't seen Ed Sheeran go and do that. From like every Ed Sheeran album I've heard, it's just been him, a guitar. And like some production behind it, but like that's pretty much it. I'm not discrediting like his songwriting. Okay. I'm not discrediting like his actual voice, because both of those are elite level. I'm not taking anything away from that. And his guitar playing skills, elite level. But I feel like that's all that he's elite at, versus someone like Donald Glover who can be elite at, and also Ed Sheeran can rap.
Ed Sheeran can rap.
Ed Sheeran can rap.
Well,
but
he's not a rapper. He's a singer with the flow.
He's not a rapper. He's a singer with the flow. But still, in terms of that, Donald Glover can rap at an elite level when he wants to. Because the Internet was like top 5 album of that year. He can sing at an elite level when he wants to.
He can or can't?
He can.
I won't say an elite level.
Okay, fine.
No, he does amazing things with his voice. He's one of those singers who I feel like just because you can sing well doesn't mean you will make better music than someone who can't sing quite as well. Okay. Donald Glover can use his voice to make much better music than people who can sing better than him. And Ed Sheeran can sing better than him, by the way.
He can, but like, what song are you going to listen to? Are you going to listen to fucking Shape of You or Redbone?
Okay, you chose my least favorite song off of Divide.
Listen.
It's the only song I want to listen to on
Listen,
Awaken
I
My
literally
Love.
just chose the singles.
Well, Shape of You, and I want to go back and respond to your other point, but Shape of You was legit, easily, it's so clear that this was chosen just for the radio.
Okay, fine.
And
would you rather listen to would you rather listen to Redbone or Castle on the Hill?
Castle on the Hill.
Really?
Yes, 110%. Castle on the Hill is the type of Ed Sheeran that I fell in love with.
I'll give you that.
And
I'll give you that.
I am not a fan of the funk style music that Awaken My Love was in, so I just didn't enjoy the album, to be frank. But I want to respond to your previous point that about Ed Sheeran, how Gambino can go and make another album of that type. Even though I didn't enjoy Awaken My Love, I won't discredit it as a bad album because it's just simply not my style of music.
Okay.
The thing with Ed Sheeran is that he has his style. He can go and turn anything into that style. He can go and cover 50 Cent's In the Club. Did you hear that when he did that?
Yes.
And that shit was hard.
He can
go and he could make a Redbone cover. He probably has. It might be on the internet because Ed Sheeran just be doing covers of shit and you just pop up and like, damn, this shit's so pretty.
Oh, no. Mm-hmm. I'm not taking anything away from that. Like, Ed Sheeran has his world. Mm-hmm. He has like and like his world is like full of like vibrant colors and like voice, like all that shit. I'm not taking anything away from his world, but Ed Sheeran only has a world. I feel like Donald Glover has like a galaxy, like a whole universe. Cause like he can like go and do that shit, like because of the internet. He has Flight of the Navigator. I'm not saying that's like an Ed Sheeran kind of song. It's more so like a Frank Ocean.
It's probably my favorite song on Because of the Internet.
But that's more so like a Frank Ocean, Ed Sheeran kind of song. But still, like he can go do that, and then he can go do like some Death Grip shit with the bassy ass one, the Party, or the Zealots.
I hated the Party. Like the interlude.
We
what is the
have
thing?
A party.
What is the thing like before the party? It's like the party before the party.
Or it's like the playing around before the party starts.
That I like that. And then when the party started, I was like, what is this shit?
But the party was hard.
I hated the party. I did not like the party at all.
But like still like that bass, like he can go and do like multiple things.
I will agree.
And the thing is, like, I'm not saying he can do each one at an elite level, but he can go and do more things that added like, if not above average, a great level than Ed Sheeran.
I will agree with you that he is a more versatile artist. However, I don't think that his versatility is something that Ed can't do, at least in music-wise. I'm not saying he will be the level of actor that Donald Glover is, but I feel like that's just something that he has chosen not to do yet because to be frank, when we were introduced to Ed Sheeran with the A-Team, we kind of got a vibe for his style of music. You know, this is what his fans want.
Yeah.
Now, it's the artist's choice if you want to differentiate and start doing other types of music as Donald Glover has. You could really lose portions of your fan base because I definitely know Gambino fans that don't fuck with Awaken My Love.
Yeah.
Just because of...
The whole switch, yeah.
That's not that style of music that they came to Gambino for.
Yeah.
So Ed Sheeran I feel like he just simply hasn't decided to make different types of music. But I don't think it's because of a lack of ability.
Oh, no. And once again, I'm not saying this because I'm just saying from what we've seen so far. Because I'm literally just going off of what we've seen so far. So, like, sure. If, like, after, because I know he has, like, one more album, like, Subtract, right? Then he's going to, like, he said, I don't know if he's going to be done with music or if he said he's going to. I'm hoping he's not.
Beef Ed Sheeran. I will break your guitar off your head. Bro, you gonna sit in this studio and record me some new music.
gonna break a guitar over his Ron Weasley face ass.
I do love you. I really do, but I don't want you to be done after this next album.
But listen, like after Subtract, like which I'm assuming Subtract is just gonna be like all acoustics, like no drums or nothing. So it's gonna be him.
Why would you think that?
Because it's called Subtract.
So you think he just? I mean, he said he did the numbers thing, like the multiply, division, and subtraction thing, just because it's like no one else was doing it. I don't think there's a meaning behind it.
But I mean, like, still, like, I feel like it just makes. I feel like as the type to do that kind of shit. I don't know, but still, like, after he does that album, I feel like he's just gonna either like go on like some Bruno Mars shit, where he's gonna like flip his whole style and do like some wild like either 80s or like 90s throwback shit, but he's gonna do like a rap album. If he did a rap album, that'd be hard.
Low key down.
If he did a rap album, I'd be hard. But like the thing is, I know he can do that. I just haven't seen him do it, and I don't know, because I know he can like freestyle. I've seen him freestyle and shit, but like production, like actual like delivery, like in the studio and shit, I haven't like been able to see that versus what I've seen in Gambino already. And also with Gambino, he's done soundtracks for movies. He did the soundtrack for Creed, which was hard as hell. Did you hear that?
Yeah, I did. I've heard. English is hard.
It is.
I've seen Creed. I have not listened to the soundtrack.
The soundtrack is fucking hard.
Didn't that have like? No, I'm thinking about Southpaw. Eminem did that soundtrack.
Eminem did Southpaw.
It's boxing movies.
Boxing movies.
Ed Sheeran did the soundtrack to The Lord of the Rings. Which one? The Desolation of Smaug.
Smaug.
Yeah.
He did like a song on there.
And that song should have been the whole soundtrack, because that shit is hard.
That shit was hard. I'm not gonna cap. That shit was hard.
I see fire. Yo, there's that YouTube video where they have like the little YouTube clips of like Smaug and shit.
Yeah,
it's
like an actual soundtrack. That shit's hard.
Shit is
I'm
lit.
not gonna cap. That shit's hard. But Gambino did it too.
Okay.
And once again, it's not necessarily fine. Maybe it's not necessarily about talent, but like. I actually know what it is about talent, because
I was like, this is a conversation about talent.
This is a conversation about
talent. This is
talent.
about talent, then Ed Sheeran wins.
Because look, Donald Glover, and when I say this, you're gonna think about it for a second, but you're gonna agree with me eventually. Okay. Donald Glover is the new Tupac.
The new Tupac. I'm gonna need some explanation. Because if you want me to think about it, it's just gonna be a bunch of dead air and nobody wants to hear this.
Bet. Listen. Mama, not necessarily a Black Panther like Tupac's mama, but still. Like black arts, all that kind of stuff. Artsy kid, went to an art school, became multi-talented actor, rapper, singer, all this shit. The only reason we don't really acknowledge it like that is because, first of all, Kendrick's actually from the West Coast and shit, and everyone's hailing him as the new Tupac in terms of rap. And also, Gambino didn't really claim it like that because he didn't really do shit. He's not on social media. He don't really talk ever, unless he does like interviews or some shit. Yeah. But if you actually look at that, like in terms of just everything, like if Tupac was from Atlanta and listened to Kanye West, Childish Gambino.
Okay, I'm not sure I would be willing to agree with Tupac simply because I don't. One of the defining characteristics of Tupac is the amount of impact he's had. I don't feel like Donald Glover.
No.
Really a socially conscious.
Hold up. I'm not saying impact. I'm literally just talking in terms of like their come up and in terms of their talents. That's all I'm talking right now. I'm not because in terms of impact, Tupac by a mile, like miles in plural. But like the way that like Gambino can go and make a song like Flight of the Navigators, and then make a song like Sweatpants, and then make a song.
Like their music just sounds so different. Like when I think Tupac, I think like a rapper.
No.
I'm not saying Gambino can't rap,
but like. Tupac is also like, if you listen to early like Tupacalypse Now and shit, he's not even on like no Ain't Nothing But a Gangsta Party. He ain't even on My Ambitions as a Writer. He's on like, hey yo, like what the fuck's going on in my community, or like, hey yo, what the fuck's going on with Brenda, shit like that.
But what I meant by that was more like my favorite Gambino tracks have always been Gambino singing. Like my favorite track probably ever isn't really even a Gambino track. It's this cover of My So Into You by Tamia. Have you heard of that?
Yes.
That shit I have put on repeat. I wrote an 8-page paper with that song on repeat. I liked it so much.
8 pages?
8 pages.
That's insane.
Yeah, I had to do that shit in a day.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, but
I am so disappointed in you.
Hey, I got a good grade on it.
Lit.
Actually, I don't check my grades. I don't know.
Wow.
But yeah, so when I'm thinking that, like, that's just because like people in hip hop, and I do hate this, but I do feel like they believe. Oh, okay. So for example, I was listening to some Alicia Keys in the gym yesterday, right?
Mm-hmm.
Alicia Keys is dope, but somebody in the gym, one of my friends whose name I won't put out there, but he's like, well, essentially I just called him gay because he said some gay shit. But he's like, nigga, you're gay. You listen to Alicia Keys. I'm like, what's gay about listening to Alicia Keys?
There is nothing gay about listening to Alicia Keys.
But I did find, at least growing up in high school and stuff, that people would think I was softer because I would listen to Ed Sheeran, or I used to love Katy Perry when she came out. Well, come on, Katy Perry was hard when she came out.
I guess the girl was hard. I'm not gonna flex.
Yo, when the song with Kanye, E.T., that shit's hard. She has a list of...
E.T. was okay.
She had a list of hits.
Dark Horse was...
Dark Horse was the last Katy Perry song I fucked with. Everything after Dark Horse... And really, Dark Horse was on some real Illuminati shit. So I was just like, whoa.
So you want to play with magic? Hold up. What, nigga?
Like, this shit is...
What, nigga?
Shit
What is you talking about?
But...
And then Juicy J comes in on 3-6 Mafia. Shut the fuck up! Like... Juicy J came on that bitch. And, like, was the whitest Juicy J I've ever seen.
I think he said he couldn't even curse. He said that in the verse, so it's like, yeah, probably that has. But regardless, I feel like in hip hop,
get your money, Juicy J. Get your money.
People kind of look at people who don't listen to like strictly hip hop or like maybe even street music as softer. You know, so like when I think Tupac, like I understand Tupac was a poet. Tupac thought a lot deeply about the community and things like this, but to the casual hip hop fan, people think this is the nigga with Thug Life tatted on his chest. So essentially what I'm trying to say is Gambino's music is not gangster music. And I'm not saying Tupac made exclusively gangster music, but I am saying he is one of the representatives of gangster music. So it's hard for me to see.
We haven't seen that evolution yet then. But
you think Gambino's gonna make gangster music?
You never know, nigga.
I can see.
Nigga. Gambino been in the studio with Migos, with Yachty. All them QC niggas
Yachty is not gangster.
All them niggas that got beef with Joe Budden, he been in the studio with them niggas.
I can see
you can see
Boy.
nigga. You telling me you can't see Gambino on some shit like, yo, I've been in the kitchen, whip it.
I can see him writing that for Paperboy. Paperboy makes gangster music.
Actually,
right? I haven't watched all
fun
of them.
Fun fact. The voice, like the dude who actually like did the Paperboy track, is actually Gambino's brother, Stephen G. Lover.
But like Gambino writes for it.
I
would assume Gambino writes for it.
I think Steven wrote it because like they're both like very talented motherfuckers.
Okay, cool.
But still,
the guy who plays him.
No. Like so, Donald's brother, his name is Steven. You probably haven't like seen him actually on screen, but they both like co-wrote Atlanta, or like him and like a bunch of other motherfuckers like wrote Atlanta, and he actually did like the voice for the if you actually listen to like the Paperboy track like on YouTube or something, it's his voice on it, but then like they're just saying the actor actually did it even though he didn't, but still.
Okay, cool. Well, we had
fun fact.
Two very talented guys. I'm still rocking with Ed Sheeran.
I'm still rocking with Donald Glover. Even though this was a fun conversation to have. It was cool.
Post in the comments section who you like better. Ed Sheeran, Donald Glover.
I'm going to put a poll up. Like,
can we do that?
Oh, yeah.
I want my comments too. Do both.
Yeah. Click the poll that should be up by now at least. Hopefully. Nigga, my editing skills last time was fire. I'm doing this shit right. And definitely comment below. Let us know what the fuck you thinking. Another talented person that can be called Pussy.
666.
Six guy. Recently. The 15? Well, no, 15.
Ninth.
Whoa, shit, ninth. God damn. What the fuck am I? I'm still thinking about 50.
Yeah.
But the 9-year anniversary is so far gone. Shit, it's been 9 years.
Yeah. I mean, like
that shit came out when I was in like what, 5th grade?
Bro, I was 11. God damn.
5th grade, dog. For you that's probably 6th grade, but like,
it was 6th grade.
Dude, 5th grade.
Because I remember hearing Best I Ever Had on the radio in 6th grade. Yeah.
That's fucking insane. 2009, dog.
Yeah, Drake has been killing the game for a minute. What do you think about people who say Drake has fallen off?
I mean, he has, in a sense.
In what sense? You mean lyrically or
both?
I don't feel like he's making worse
numbers.
Music.
Because like Drake's biggest thing is numbers, right? Like he's like, money, men lie, women lie, numbers don't. All my shit's on the billboards. I don't give a fuck. But in terms of Billboard status, in terms of like his like user rating success and shit, he's falling the fuck off.
See, I'd have to disagree because what I think of you mean by Drake falling off is just the comparison of views to More Life, right?
Oh no, like not even that. Like in terms of so like look, views. sold like like it was the best album of that year numbers wise. It sold like 1 million in a week, all that shit, right? Yeah. But the reviews on it were mixed to low.
I didn't like views.
No, I'm not saying there were people out there that didn't like views or like that did. I'm not saying our fans probably have whatever opinion on views as they did, but like critics gave it like an average, like on Metacritic, it's like a score of like 60 or like 50 something, like low, right? And then usually like on a Metacritic, it's like, okay, so like critics have like their opinion, but fans have like a higher opinion usually, or like a lower opinion. This time on views, fans and critics actually agreed. Like it was like a fan vote was like 5.7, like the average score was like 5.7, and the critics was like 69 or like something lower than that, right?
So see, so I
no. So hold up, that's financially. On More Life, it was like the reception of it was a little bit better, but it only sold like 500K.
Okay, see, the thing with More Life and views is, first off, I don't feel like Drake really got 1 million. I feel like Drake kind of fooled the Apple Music system, because you remember the shit where you had to buy the whole album. You couldn't just buy a single song.
He streamed like no.
Well.
He's like, dude, off One Dance alone, he probably got 1 million. Off One Dance and Hotline Bling alone, he was probably getting at least 300K.
You know, it's like 16,000 streams.
No, and like Hotline Bling, I think like Hotline Bling broke like the fucking. First of all, One Dance was like his first number one. Hotline Bling was like number 2, and that was like the fucking meme of the summer, whatever year that was, 2015. Yeah. Like those 2 songs got him at like, and also the way Billboard streams now, it's not based on actual like album sales. It's based on like the amount of times you play a song. Mm-hmm. So because that song got played, fucking those 2 songs got played hella, and because he had Hotline Bling as a bonus track, just for that fact, they're like, okay, you know what, fuck, I'm just gonna add it on.
Regardless, he barely hit 1 million, I believe.
No,
it was like a million. It wasn't even 1 million and 100,000. It was like less than that, right?
Hold up, because not
the numbers. But still, I don't believe those 2 singles, just because of the amount of streams you need, were enough to make him hit 1 million. I feel like he finessed the Apple system. He got a lot of streaming, and he made people purchase the album. So, but regardless, that's not even my point here. My point is that Views was marketed very differently than One Dance. One Dance was kind of just like, as he said, a playlist. He didn't even want to call that shit a mixtape.
You mean More Life?
Yeah, well, More Life. Yeah, More Life.
English is hard, people.
English is hard. This is my new catchphrase. I was trying to come up with one. English is hard. That's it. But More Life was marketed very differently. So when you take that in consideration, it's not really surprising that people put that More Life sold 500K. This is why I think it really is the difference between an album and a mixtape. And you know, More Life's a playlist.
By the way, Views sold over 600 copies the first day after its release, and it sold 1.2 million after 6 days. So one more day, nigga, that nigga crushed it.
But I still don't think it was One Dance and Hotline Bling that just.
I'm not saying it was just them 2, but like off them two alone, he was.
$1 million.
I'm not. A million's a joke. I'm talking like off them 2 alone, he's definitely selling like at least 200.
Anyway, back to the More Life and Views comparison. So I feel like the difference between More Life and Views is that when you market something as an album, because we in hip hop, we get real bitchy about the numbers. Mm-hmm. Like as far as like being able to say my artist is better than yours, like because at the end of the day, it's still all an opinion.
Yeah.
And music is so subjective that I could yell about how J. Cole is better than everybody all day, but if you don't like J. Cole, I can't convince you.
But he sold 1 million with no features.
So
he went platinum with no features.
Niggas arguing with numbers. Like, oh, you like Lil Pump? Lil Pump sold like one. I don't even know what the fuck he sold. But
top 10 single in the country,
bitch.
Still
like 100K.
Top 10 single in the country. Right? Lil Pump, the god, nigga, dropped out of Harvard,
then I
nigga.
Just say, okay, well, J. Cole sold fucking 400K first week. So J. Cole is at least 4 times better. I feel like that's something we do with hip hop. So
I get what you're saying.
When you market something as an album, this tells your fans, okay, go really fuck with this heavy. Like I bought For Your Eyes Only, and then I never even played it. I just streamed the whole thing to make like the sales go up more. You know.
The only difference with that is, what do you call it? If you're reading This Is Too Late, sold better than Views, if I remember. Not Views, better than More Life, if I remember correctly. And that's because, and remember, that shit literally dropped out of fucking nowhere. That shit literally dropped in the middle of the night.
Well, I feel like that comes down to the difference of the quality of music. I feel like if you're reading This Is Too Late, that is probably
it was a quality project. But like the thing, Here's the reason why More Life didn't work. More Life didn't work because that usual backing that he has from like, not necessarily Apple this time, but like just from his label. Because like usually like his label backs him, but like this one was literally just all streaming. Like Cash Money, Young Money didn't push.
I feel like Drake really pushed it.
No one really pushed it. Like Passion Fruit could have been a single. Gal Chester could have been a single. None of them shits were like.
Passion Fruit was a single.
Passion Fruit was a single. But I mean like it wasn't like he didn't like do like any videos and all. He just like put it out. Yeah. And that's it. So like no one really gave it the push that like they gave something like Views, or they gave something like If You're Reading This Is Too Late, or Nothing Was the Same, or yada yada yada. But still, Drake has in a sense fallen off. I'm not saying like hard or anything like that, but like the quality of the music from like Views is not as good as it was compared. Like nothing was the same.
Gone, which is the
Two So Far Gone. Okay. And then the sales in More Life are not as good compared to someone like Kendrick, who's had the best-selling hip-hop album. The best-selling album, honestly, because Taylor Swift cheated. But still, in terms of that, he's cheating. But he came right back with God's Plan, which has been #1 on the chart for like 3 weeks now.
Which was going to be one of my points that, can still make these.
No. Like he had a slight fall off, but he came back stronger. So I'm not saying he's like currently falling off, but still, point is, I fuck with Drake, and I feel like without So Far Gone, we wouldn't be having the success right now because Far Gone, listening.
So Far Gone was the platform that skyrocketed his career.
I listened to that project like yesterday actually.
The songs are still good. People try and say Drake doesn't have any classic albums, but he definitely has a classic mixtape, undeniably.
So Far Gone's a classic.
Yes.
So Far Gone's a classic. I don't know about albums.
My unpopular opinion, I believe If You're Reading This Too Late is a classic.
If Drake has one classic, I'm giving it to either Take Care.
People always give it to Take Care, but as far as the album, I can listen to from track. The only track I don't like on If You're Reading This Too Late is Madonna. And
I don't like Madonna. I don't like that party interlude.
Okay, and that one too. And I don't like Travis Scott's part on Company. Travis Scott ruined that song for me. But other than that, I can listen to that album from front to back.
But I mean, like
every track, they haven't aged.
I don't give that like a classic status. I give that like also Meek Mill kind of shitted on that album because like the whole ghostwriting shit kind of tarnished that album from being a classic to me.
I felt like that ghostwriting thing was more abused. That was late. Like Meek Mill was after If You're Reading This was
but like it was like because If You're Reading This came out like 2014. Meek was saying that shit like 2015, like early 2015. So like still like he had the impact, and then they had like the whole thing where they went back and they found the reference tracks. Like they found like 3 or 4 reference tracks for like 10 bands and shit. True. So like still, I feel like that really damaged the legacy of that album because like I feel like if he did have one that other than Take Care, it would have been that one. Because I'm gonna say this: Nothing Was the Same in my opinion is Drake's best album.
Okay, I can see that. My favorite Drake tracks.
It's his best like front to back album because like there's only like maybe 1 or 2 skippables on that one for me. But in terms of like what could have been a classic, it's either gonna be Take Care. It's either gonna be what do you call it? If You're Reading This. But If You're Reading This got kind of shitted on, so Take Care. But still, if you go back to So Far Gone, like I realized this listening to like Drake sing back then. He literally sounded like a fake Omarion / Chris Brown. Like he literally sounded like all the because like at that time all them R&B niggas was still popping. Yeah. So like he sounded like a prototype version, like all of them mixed together.
Drake is kind of in that lane I was talking about where he couldn't sing, but he could make good music using his mediocre voice.
Here's one thing I noticed about Drake, too. Like, Drake is literally... Because, like, if you remember, like, when we was growing up, there was, like, all them girls who would be like, oh, my gosh, Chris Brown is so fine. And, like, he's 16. And, like, oh, my gosh. Drake was, like... As those girls grew up, Drake was, like, the grown-up version for those girls. Because, like, he was still light-skinned. He wasn't dancing and shit, but he was still singing them songs for them girls and shit.
And I feel like Chris Brown, it was always... Like, I knew a lot of girls that had crushes on Chris Brown. I never really heard that about Drake. You know, Drake was just like, he made good music. Chris Brown...
No. Girls didn't have crushes on Drake because they was too grown for crushes. By that point, they were just trying to fuck.
I mean, I feel like they could just fuck any rapper.
No.
Drake's just the biggest rapper. Explain yourself.
But like, because like, if you know, like Drake's fucked.
Oh yeah, Drake's fucked a lot.
Drake's
of
fucked
a lot. I know,
like all of them.
Bria Miles, like I was sitting there like, wait, he's talking about her, and this happened before he was famous. How the fuck did he get her before he was even fucking famous? That's fucking crazy. Like I used to think Drake just came up with names of like, you know how many fucking bitches he names in his songs, right? So I used to think he just coming up with names of random bitches. Mm-hmm. He's fucked a lot of bitches,
and even the ones that he hasn't named. The teens.
A couple porn stars I'm ashamed to mention.
The teens.
I want to know what porn stars that is.
Mia Khalifa.
He ain't fuck Mia Khalifa. Mia Khalifa exposed that nigga.
I'm joking. He ain't fuck
he ain't fuck Mia Khalifa. Mia Khalifa is in a committed relationship. See, I feel like people get shit twisted. Porn stars are not necessarily hoes.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
It's a job for them.
Yeah, it's a job. So just because it's a porn star does not mean they're just gonna fuck you, even if you pay them or whatever. Mm-hmm. I have heard some things that I'm not gonna fucking talk too much about.
But still, favorite track on So Far Gone.
Ooh, you know the crazy thing is that even though this is my favorite track, I used to always think it was fucking. He was saying Rutabagas, but the best I ever had. I used to think he was saying Rutabagas. Bro, I'm not even kidding. Like every time he said best I ever had, I used to think he was saying Rutabagas. Girl, it would either be that. No, I'm serious. Come on. I don't even know why, but just in 6th grade, I used to think he was saying Rutabagas. It'd be that one or...
Where do you get the bagels from?
I don't know.
I'll give you the Ruta, but like I don't like Ruta,
well, like
Ruta
you hear
bag.
Ruta, what else comes after that?
Ruta
It has to be
bag.
bagels.
Ruta bag.
It has to be.
Ruta. Like there's no L in there at all. It's just like Ruta bag.
We're totally naming this episode Rutabagas.
Bet. We're naming this episode. We're naming this shit Rutabagas.
Or it'd be that one, or I'm going in.
Because that was on the EP, so yeah, okay. We'll count it. Off the quick question: Did you like Houston, Atlanta, Vegas?
No.
Okay, cool. I wasn't sure if that was the only one because like I remember I'm like, you know what, that could have been a great song, but like it sounded like his voice was on auto tune and like he was going up and up and up. I'm like, dude, like this it's
See, not. I didn't go back and listen to it, so I don't remember all the tracks. But I know I didn't like Houston, Atlanta, Vegas.
I didn't like Houston, Atlanta, Vegas. I like Let's Call It Off.
I'm not remembering that one. It's been a minute.
It's the one where like he has like it's like a sample.
You don't gotta sing.
I'm not gonna sing. I'm not singing, nigga. Like, no, I'm not singing on this goddamn podcast. Understand this.
I've sung on a podcast before. It was not the move.
Never the move. And you wanna know one thing that fucking surprised me when I first heard this shit? Because like I was a big Jay-Z fan. Mm-hmm. Still am a big Jay-Z fan. I love American Gangsta. It's one of my favorite Jay-Z albums. Like one of my top 5. Ignorant Shit is on that Jay-Z American Gangsta album. Yeah. When Drake did this Ignorant Shit freestyle with Wayne, I was like, oh, he can't do, nigga, Jay killed the shit. He can't do better than Jay. Dog.
You think so?
He ain't do better, but like he did better than I expected.
To be fair though.
Like if Jay is like at like a 10 on Ignorant Shit, Drake at like a 8.75. And Wayne at like a 9, dog. Like Wayne at like a 9.5. Like that's like No Ceilings recording sessions Wayne right there. Like going in because of the gun possessions and drug possessions Wayne off No Ceilings and shit. Like Wayne was rapping, dog.
To be fair though, if you're gonna give him killing Jay shit on here, Jay killed him hard enough to last a couple years on Pound Cake.
What?
Nigga, Jay's verse on Pound Cake made that fucking song. It's like, I feel like that's the reason he added in that weak ass Paris Hills, Paris whatever music that no one fucking listens
Paris
to.
Morton music?
Yeah, whoever the fuck that bitch is. Another bitch.
See, the only...
No, I'm not done.
Okay.
See,
go ahead.
When I hear Pound Cake, I hear Drake's verse. And then I hear 2 Jay's verses that are far superior to any verse Drake split on that entire album other than maybe on Too Much, which I feel like was the best verse on that album. But other than that, Jay killed Drake so heavily on Pound Cake that I felt like it kind of ended the conversation.
Interesting.
That's why he had to put on Paris Hilton. Does anyone even listen to that?
See,
do you listen to it?
I don't.
Exactly.
I don't. But
nobody does.
But like that second Jay verse was kind of weak.
No, that shit was
Cake,
hard.
cake.
Yes.
I got a different kind of cake.
Yes.
Someone else got a different kind of cake.
Mm-hmm.
Cake.
That
like,
shit was hard.
Nah, that shit was
Just
not
getting
hard.
started. Look, I got it, bitch. I done make more millionaires than the lotto did.
No. That part was cool. The like Cam made millions, Dame made millions, Biggs made millions, all like Lord made millions.
Feelings.
Yeah, like that shit was cool. Like that flow was cool. The Jay's first verse was cool, but I mean, like it's not like Drake got killed on that shit.
I feel like he killed him. But go ahead, back to your point.
But still,
Favorite track
for me off So Far Gone. I don't even fucking know, dog.
It's hard. There's a lot.
It really is, cause like there's a lot of songs on here, dog. I'll say ignorant shit. Ignorant shit like for rapping. If I'm going like Drake's song, like one of them like them sing song shits, I like that. What was the shit? It was like a transition from like one song into another song. Well, it's literally a song after A Night Off with Lloyd, right?
Yeah.
Because it literally transitioned like the ignorant shit kind of like double time or like they get that DJ Screw effect, and it like slowed down and pitched down and shit, chopped and screwed, and then Drake made a whole like R&B song with that shit. Hard. Hard.
Speaking of favorite Drake tracks, my favorite Drake track right now has to be Look Alive.
I mean, it's not even a Drake track.
Okay, well, look, nigga, that's a Drake track. That nigga came in and gave a verse. Block Boy, and no disrespect to Block Boy, I had never even heard of that nigga before this
Whoa, track. Riding in the motherfucking road.
We've had this conversation. Had not heard of that nigga before Drake. Drake came in and did the hook, did a verse. Block Boy came on, does his verse, and Drake does the hook again. It's like 2 minutes of Drake and like 30 seconds of Block Boy. That's a fucking Drake track. Come on now.
Listen, it's a Drake track, but still. The reason, okay, so I like Look Alive too, but here I've noticed something. So look, there was Look Alive, right? Block Boy JB featuring Drake. Block Boy JB, Memphis artist from the South. Black Panther album. You got Paramedic, Northern California, SOB, RBE, West Coast niggas. And also there was another song that came out recently by Casanova.
Set Trippin'? Yeah.
Punch you in your face, motherfucker, I'll knock your teeth out. Shit like that, right?
All right.
New York artist, New Jersey, like North artist. Are we getting back to region type music, dog?
No, I don't think so.
Or is it just like an anomaly currently?
I think this is just something that's happening. Because I feel like we're in the age of the internet. So I feel like that alone will help to stop region typing, because
it is. I literally just said that shit is like a clickbait title. Like I know it's not, but still, like it's like that's just like a clickbait shit for the fans out there. Fuck that.
Okay, I do get you, because I feel like there are certain artists that have a style based off where you're at, because you're still gonna hear more. If you're in Atlanta, you're gonna hear more Atlanta music. Or if you're
nigga 6ix9ine is literally just like all like fucking like his voice and like his like production, like that up tempo shit. That sound like some. I guess that's New York now, because like New York never really had like a sound after 50 Cent kind of came in and fucked shit up. But like after that, because like ASAP really isn't like a New York sound, because like Rocky's on some Houston shit, Ferg on some South shit. So like I mean, you can't even call them that. But like I guess 6ix9ine is like that new
New York sounding rapper. I would think like Dave East.
Dave East, yeah.
Is Joyner from New York? Well, Joyner can do a lot though. Joyner's from Jersey.
I can't even count Joyner.
Yeah, I don't even know.
I can't even count A Boogie because he be singing on shit.
Yeah.
So I mean, still.
But I mean, I will say these SOB niggas, they definitely have a
West Coast
sound.
Like I feel like I should like crip walk to all they shit, like, and I don't even crip walk, and like, but that shit just so hard. The Paramedic in the street and all that, and then Block Boy literally just sound like fucking Project Pat.
I would have thought reincarnated. Been an Atlanta rapper. Where's he from?
Memphis.
Was Memphis ever even big enough to really have
3 6 Mafia?
Okay, yeah, you're right.
Project Pat, all them niggas. 8 Ball MJG, dog.
Okay, so they did have their own little thing, but I've never considered music like the big 3 regions for me have always been Atlanta, New York, and Cali. Other than that, I feel like we get artists from other
Chicago.
places.
Jersey.
You're right. Chicago and Detroit.
Chicago, Detroit, Houston, New Jersey.
Houston? Who's from Houston?
UGK.
That's not enough.
DJ Screw. Like literally
DJ Screw was not impactful
literally
enough
the whole Chapped and Screwed shit. What's his name? Paul Wall, Slim Thug.
These aren't big enough artists.
Listen, for the South, yes.
To have like a whole sound that would
yes,
to them? Nah.
yes, dude. They literally had a whole sound, like that whole like Chopped and Screwed.
Well, let me rephrase. I don't feel like their sound was popular enough that I would consider it like
Chameleon.
Other people
there
started taking after it. Like you hear people coming from all over.
ASAP Rocky's whole
like
shit. ASAP Rocky. ASAP Rocky was a New York nigga, and he's on some Houston shit. It's big enough.
I don't associate his sound with Houston.
Yes.
ASAP Rocky just seems like
ASAP Rocky will tell you he's from Houston. Like that whole like shit, like we get like that deep voice Houston. All that, like the style Houston.
Okay, maybe I just haven't listened to enough Houston niggas.
Maybe you haven't, but still Houston's big enough for sure.
Okay.
Houston's big enough.
But I definitely don't feel like in general that this is the beginning of regions coming back.
It's probably not, but like if you notice, like Atlanta's like probably been like the number one region or like at least top 3 for like the last 10 years.
10 years? I don't know.
10 years.
I would say, I'd have to think, when would I say Atlanta really took over? Definitely by the time the Migos started popping off.
No. I will say 10 years, because think about it. 10 years ago, what, 2008, Jeezy. You still had Jeezy, you still had Gucci, you still had T.I., you still had Luda, you still had like, I won't say they was on the tail end because they were still big, but like they was like getting towards their peak and like starting to fall off their peak. So like sure, like I feel like and also during that time I'm not saying Atlanta, but Wayne was big during that time too. South artist, so I'm gonna count him in there anyway. And in 2008, he was the fucking king of all them niggas. So 2008, 2009.
Wait, you're not saying Wayne was in Atlanta?
I'm gonna call him an Atlanta nigga, but he was just a South. So 2009 was a bit of a reset year. I'm not really giving a fuck about 2009. 2010 was Kanye. And then 2011 was also kind of Kanye and Jay-Z. 2012 was when we started getting shit. Because 2012 was like Chicago again with Chief Keef.
Okay,
Chief Keef. But then 2013 on, Atlanta. Future.
Okay. That's
Atlanta.
not 10 years.
But like, yes, it is.
Yeah.
Like maybe a 3-year gap. And like, and in that 3-year gap, there's still like top 5 because you still had Roscoe Dash, you still had B.O.B., you still had a lot of niggas like that were still coming out.
Future pops, because let me rephrase what I'm trying to say.
Future pops in 2012
with the the trap sound. So when trap music started to become
2012
dominant music,
2012 2013
to Future, then that's when I'll say Atlanta
2012
really
2013
taking over as far as the sound. Like everyone wanted to make trap style music.
Well,
okay. I wouldn't put him before then.
I'll give you that. Like 2012 was like when the trap shit started, but like 2008 you still had like that Put On, you still had fucking Live Your Life.
But when I hear shit like that, it doesn't say trap to me.
But like it's still Atlanta though. It's still Atlanta.
It's still Atlanta. I'm saying those niggas laid the groundwork for Atlanta sound to pop off. But I don't think that when they were doing it, I mean they were definitely popular, but I feel like there were other artists from other areas that were definitely just as popular.
No. And once again, I'm not saying Atlanta was like the top back then. I'm saying they was like still top. Like we've been a top 5.
We've been top 5 for a long time.
Since
top
like
3 for a long time.
Top 3 for the last 10 years. Do we agree on that?
Yeah, okay, I can agree with that.
That's what I was trying to say. I'm not saying like because like number 1, no, we haven't been number 1 for the past 10 years. Like Chicago's definitely taking it. LA's definitely taking it in like 2014, I want to say. Like back when YG was popping. I'm not saying he isn't popping anymore, but like YG and Problem and Dom Kennedy and all them like dropped it down like the same year or some shit. So I'm not saying that like we haven't had the crown like the whole goddamn time. We haven't, but still.
I mean, though, really talk, 2014 definitely belonged to North Carolina. 110%.
Y'all nigga had one. You niggas have one album.
Yep. That's all they needed.
Nope.
That is all they needed. Nope. That was it.
Nigga, wrong.
December of 2014 belonged to North Carolina. Okay, I'll give y'all the rest of the year. But December, we had that shit. Well, North Carolina had that shit.
I give December to New York, to Queens.
Who dropped?
Nicki Minaj.
Nah, get the fuck out of here.
Nicki Minaj dropped the pink print, bitch. I'm feeling myself.
Nah, Nicki is not having that shit.
Oh shit!
Get the fuck out of here.
My anaconda don't.
My
anaconda don't.
I did like that anaconda video. My little sister showed my grandma that shit.
What?
Yo.
What?
My little sister showed my grandma that shit.
Why?
Because she's stupid.
How old was she?
Let's see. This was 2014. She would have been like 12-ish.
Oh no.
Yeah, and she's like, now my grandma's sitting here this is the type of music you guys listen to. She's looking at me. Do you like this? No, bro.
Grandma, no. I like that real shit.
Yeah, I wasn't even. I wasn't into hip hop at this point, but I was still primarily J. Cole. So yeah,
I think J. Cole dropped what? No. Either Nicki dropped 2 weeks after J. Cole, and J. Cole dropped 2 weeks after Nicki.
J. Cole dropped on the 11th, so pretty early.
Nicki dropped 2 weeks after Cole,
okay.
Then. And she only sold like 200.
This was I know she showed them at probably the next Thanksgiving, because that's when we were doing this shit. Like she was sitting at the table, and my little sister's like, "Look at this Anaconda video," and my grandma's like,
"Oh my gosh!"
She's showing her ass cheeks.
Oh my gosh! Why is she twerking on that man?
Grandma, though.
Oh my gosh, the silhouettes.
It's all love. I do love my grandmother, but no, I don't believe this is the return of region tripping as a conclusion to that topic.
I agree with you on that. I feel like I was just saying that shit just to say, because I mean, like, fuck it. I mean,
we gotta talk about something, right?
We gotta talk about something. But then, like, it's weird because, like, I'm noticing that, like, regions are starting to come back though. Like, South Florida got a whole region. Like,
South Florida does kind of have a wave.
Like Kodak
and X, all them.
Kodak X, Zoe Dallas, Denzel Curry. Like, they actually starting to come up. Cali always gonna be strong. New York is starting to like get prevalence back. It's like, it's great. Also, like, Cali's like, I haven't heard of any Brockhampton. I haven't heard any of the Brockhampton albums.
Brockhampton is dope.
Have you heard them?
I did hear the newest one.
The Saturation 3?
Yes.
Did you hear
whatever the newest one is. I don't remember what it's called.
There were 3 Saturations albums. I haven't heard any of them.
The newest one they just put out.
Also, I don't know if I'm going to count Jaden Smith as like a West Coast artist, even though he's from L.A.
Jaden Smith is one of those internet niggas where
he's an internet nigga. Okay, cool. But still, yeah. But like, bottom line is like regions are starting to come back, but internet still wins.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
And speaking of which, do we have any more topics?
Unless you want to talk about some shit.
I mean, I could talk about myself all day long.
We're not gonna do that. So is there anything else you want to talk about?
See, I'm the one with the record button. So if y'all are ready, we can have another hour-long segment talking about DM Prime. I can go down my rules. I got a whole bunch of shit I could talk to.
Nah, I think we good, dog.
We good? Y'all hear that, ladies and gentlemen? If you have listened to this, we are an hour and 10 minutes in. So if you've heard,
if you listen this far, we fuck with you forever.
We fuck with you. If you're hardcore, I'll be at your door.
Pause.
Yo, you supposed to? We gotta like freestyle that shit. That was bars, huh? Maybe. Just like that was off top. Y'all gonna give me... Okay. Not getting any credit here.
Your high-pitched shit is starting to fuck with me.
It did come back real briefly, but I'm back to my sexy, strong radio voice.
Oh, that I'm loving it. Keep on, baby.
Okay. All right.
Barry White face ass.
All I want to say, if you did not follow me on Instagram, follow me on Instagram. Bad bitches can still hit the DMs.
Fat ugly white trailer park bitches.
Please go listen to the last episode. I addressed exactly what y'all should do. But essentially,
he said follow him.
Me.
He said follow him. He said send him some titty pictures.
I'm not really even opposed to the titty pictures. Actually, I am.
He said
no,
he said send some pics of y'all in y'all bras, looking in the mirror and showing off your whole rolls. He said show off your body rolls.
Please don't.
Show off your body rolls to this nigga.
Wants to see it.
The Naps man wants to see your body rolls.
I do not want to see it.
The Naps man on IG wants to see your body rolls. THENAPPSMAN on IG wants to see your body rolls.
I do not know your Instagram.
I don't have one. That's why I'm saying.
You have one. You definitely have one.
I don't.
You are lying to the people.
I do, but I don't.
I do not lie to the people.
Listen. I don't for this.
Okay. He's gonna make one, y'all. And y'all can slide into his DMs too.
Y'all don't need to. I ain't really popping.
I mean,
like
if
that,
you could get some pussy off the DMs, would you not?
I mean, like, it depends on the quality.
Like, imagine a bad bitch just pulls up in the DMs like naked.
See, I'm not trusting that bad bitch because she probably got something.
I'm getting on the plane.
No. She's getting on the plane. Fuck that shit.
Okay, she getting on the plane. I don't give a fuck.
And I'm wrapping up everything.
Oh, of course.
Always. I'm fucking that bitch in a bubble wrap. I'm fucking that bitch in a whole bubble wrap soup. I don't give a fuck.
I can do that.
Bet.
Condom, bubble wrap. Yo, there's a 5-step program.
Yep.
My 5-step program is to keep people from being pregnant. I don't really have a 5-step program to prevent STDs, but I'm still smashing. How you think all these rappers get all these bitches? They don't go out looking.
Them niggas got chlamydia too. All the niggas got chlamydia too.
I mean, depending on how bad the bitch is, like, I could take chlamydia. If Bria Mouse got chlamydia, I'll take it. Bernice Burgos got chlamydia, I'll take it. I'll be all
And
right.
with that,
and
and with that, I think we're good.
We are out, y'all. Thank you for listening. Looking for Trouble Podcast.
And once
episode
again,
2.
you found it, motherfucker.
Exactly.